Hello there! In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this cute little in the hoop quilted bib. As you can see here, I added a name into this design. So let's start by taking a look at the file inside of Embrilliance, and I will show you how to add in the name and talk a little bit about how the process before we go over to the machine, and then we'll stitch it out. And I'll show you all of the finishes that you'll need to do to get it to look like a finished product. All right, let's do it. All right, here we have the file open and we want to add a name, but the question is where exactly to add the name. So this is just Embrilliance Essentials functionality here, and you can do this with other programs, but I'm just going to show you how I would do it here. Concept is the same. So let's expand all of our different rounds of stitching. This would be the placement stitching, and this would be the stippling. And then the final round of stitching is going to be to close the bib. So we want to add our name. I'll just do my own name for the heck of it. And let's pick a cuter font. You know, I make a lot of fonts, so let's show off one of my fonts. All right, that's cute. I would adjust the letters a little bit, but this is just for demonstration purposes only. This is the Angelina font. I'm going to center it, and I could use the utility to align this to the center, but I'm not going to. What's important here is that I put this in the right order. So I want to take my name and drag it up under the stippling. All right, so now it's created, it kind of split my design, and I have the stippling, and then I have the name, and then we will have a break where we can put that final piece on and secure our whole bib together. And you're going to see me stitch that out in just a second. What I have here is a hooped piece of pretty rough looking sticky back stabilizer. I have the sticky part exposed here, and that is what I'm going to use to stabilize my bib project. So let's start stitching the first color, which is going to be the placement stitching. It doesn't really matter what color I choose. I'm going to change it to, let's just say black. So I'm going to swap my colors and we will get started stitching that first thread color. So I'm going to hit reserve stop on my machine so it will stop after it's done with this round of stitching. So let's go. Okay, the first round of stitching is done and I can see the outline of my bib. So now I'm ready to put some fabric down, and the fabric I'm going to put down is one layer of fleece and then a top layer of fabric. So let's do that. So here is my fleece. And here is my top fabric. I'm going to make sure I totally cover the placement stitch line. Okay, and my next round of stitching I'm going to do in white. So let's go. So now that the name is stitched out here and the quilting's done, I'm ready to attach my back piece. So I have this piece of cotton here with Heat and Bond Light fused to one side. I'm going to peel away the paper, and then I am going to lay it on top of my bib with the Heat and Bond Light surface facing up. Okay, and now I'm going to start my last round of stitching, and it doesn't matter what color I choose, so let's just go for it. We are done stitching now, and you can see it didn't stitch this area here because that's what we're going to leave open to be able to turn this. So let's remove this from the hoop. I'm gonna cut it out of the hoop and kind of cut along here, and then we will flip it inside out and press it. So I'll show you how we're gonna do that next. So now I have the bib all turned and pressed. I'm just getting this bottom edge really well because I am going to, this is the opening part, and I just need to pin it shut after I press it so that I can either slip stitch it or top stitch it. So I think I'm going to top stitch it. So let's see how that goes. Here is the bib all done. And I added a stamp right here, and that is how I make an in-hoop quilted bib.